Hello, it's Michal, your favorite pastry chef. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how you can make a fondant at home. It's simple, you only need a few ingredients. Don't forget to subscribe so don't miss my next video. Fondant is made from sugar, water and a little bit of glucose syrup. First we bring the water and sugar to boil. Once it starts bubbling properly, that's when we add the glucose syrup. Stir it in with a spatula and mix well so that everything combines. We cook it to 116 degrees Celsius, which means 240 degrees Fahrenheit. As soon as it reaches the temperature, prepare a bowl with cold water. Immediately place the pot into the cold water to stop the cooking of the fondant, or at this stage, really just the sugar syrup. You don't need to cool it completely. You just want the cooking to stop. Give it a stir, then pour the whole mixture into a stand mixer. At this point we're going to use the whisk attachment. That one we call in Czech Republic, or I call it in Czech Republic, Mikuláš, which is the Saint Nicholas. Mix on the lowest speed. Keep it on the lowest speed and watch how the fondant starts to form. It takes a while, so don't rush it. And don't turn up the speed. First you'll see tiny bubbles forming. Here you can see how it slowly starts to lighten. Keep mixing. Now it has a nice color, but it still needs a bit more time. Once it becomes smooth, white and starts to turn matte, I take it out onto the work surface and I work it with a scraper. You can also work it on a silicone with your hands. Wrap the fondant in plastic wrap or put it in a container, and before using it, this is really important, it must rest for at least 3 days. So if you are making my mille-feuille recipe from another video, let it rest properly. Then melt the fondant at 35 degrees Celsius, carefully over a water bath or in the microwave. Don't overheat it. If you heat it too much, the sugar will start to recrystallize and the fondant won't be shiny and smooth anymore. When making the brown fondant I used for the wave pattern on the mille-feuille, I simply melted a bit of chocolate, added a little cocoa powder for a darker color, and mixed it into the melted fondant. Since you're adding chocolate, the fondant naturally becomes a bit thicker, so keep that in mind. The biggest challenge with fondant is moisture. If moisture gets into it, or if you melt it at too high temperature, the sugar tends to crystallize again. It loses its shine, becomes matte, and you start seeing those not so pretty sugar crystals on the surface. If this happens again, you can remelt the fondant and cook it on the same temperature as the beginning. You basically repeat the process, but you again need the 3 days of rest. If your fondant is drying out, you can add just a few drops of water, never too much, because you could again cause improper crystallization. If you'd like to know more about fondant, let me know in the comments. I can prepare a special video about all the ways fondant can be used and what can you do with it. Thank you very much for watching. As I said at the beginning, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any recipes or videos. And I'll see you next time. Take care.